So let's go over, let's take a minute here. Signs of distress. Walk us through kind of a journey or what you would be out looking for when you be out one of these drives, and how much time would you really spend? Is it really just in passing from point A to point B, or do you actually allocate time to go spend an afternoon in a particular neighborhood looking for this?
So, Mark, what I was doing at the time is whenever I used to go for work, I used to allocate half hour extra, driving through suburbs. And signs of distress to me was, uncut grass, correct? Maybe a dumpster, with full of old, belongings, old personal belongings. That to me, so I was looking for those two, three things, correct? And it wasn't easy for me. I have a strong foreign accent, correct? People are not comfortable talking about their personal issues, correct? But I think once you try to give them a helping hand, rather than asking for, hey, how much are you looking to sell your property for? You don't ask questions. If someone is in distress, he's probably in his worst time of life, correct? So I would be more compassionate, more empathetic, and try to understand, hey, what's going on with them? How can I be of help to them? Correct.
I think so. It wasn't one quick call and you had it under contract in the afternoon. Give us kind of what type of time frame or how many touch points we should possibly have. I guess share with us a continuance of the timeline of the empathy that you're talking about here.
So my typical touch points are 4 to 5 before the seller would sign a contract, correct? I typically keep a contract I can share with, interested folks in the audience. I have a 2-pager contract. It's pretty simple, correct? It's not something that the seller would want to go and talk to an attorney. Correct. 4 or 5 things I always keep in my, laptop bag is one of them is the wholesale contract. A 2-pager contract, correct? And typically, Mark, if there is a distress, they would want to get rid of the property as soon as possible, as soon as possible, correct? They would, I would offer them, hey, I can close the property in the next 2 weeks, maybe the next week. Are you at that stage, correct, of decision making? Correct. And it didn't. So I am a little bit, I'm an old school kind of person. I don't do a lot of mailers, a lot of phone calls, a lot of VAs doing marketing for me, correct? Because I'm managing all my properties myself. I'm able to get in touch with even tired landlords now, multi-unit properties. So for me, it's more direct, where I am the decision maker. I know the numbers, I know what the property would be worth. Last year I got my real estate broker's license, correct? So I'm kind of a one-man show. The decision is pretty much, at the moment. And if the seller says, yeah, I want to sell it, we come to a price agreement and, we shake hands and we get the contract signed.
That's great stuff, Shantanu. For everyone listening out there, everyone's complaining about deal flow right now. And if your only step is to look in the MLS and say, well, I can't find anything, I can't find anything, there's other steps you got to take. You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? Like it's the pain of suffering now, or it's the pain of regret later. Which way do you want to choose? This is a great example of, hey, I'm going to put in the time, I'm going to put in the effort, doors slammed in my face to go get a few deals here. One note I want to add for driving for dollars as well is if it's a 2-unit, a 3-unit, whatever it might be, third-party management, the management's going to have their name and their phone number on that building, right? It has to be publicly displayed. So even if you can't hunt down the owner, it's right there for you you can take a picture with your phone and call them up and say, hey, do you know the owner? Are they interested in selling? Would you pass my information along? Like just one other option to try to get in touch with them.
Neighbors too. The neighbors was always something that I would do.
Sure.
Give your
the neighbors want that house out of there. If it's distressed and looks terrible, they're looking for someone to come in and say, yes, you're gonna flip this thing. Would love to. Here's the details.
I would give the neighbor my number and say, listen, you get me a hold. I'll be back with be back with something for you. And if I give them a gift card or something like that, if they actually got me in touch with them.